Hi, this is Paul. Welcome to Escape's Daily Living Podcast. There were many times that I experienced being negative towards myself when I asked and received feedback. Whether or not the thing you are being given feedback to is big or small, sometimes it doesn't really matter, because what matters is how you felt when you were hearing those words coming from another person. There was one time when I asked a friend of how I am doing when it comes to singing. My friend just told me that my voice was not really good for singing. In other words, I should not try to sing and keep away from singing. I am the type of person where a thought or statement sometimes doesn't really sink in until some time has passed. When I looked back and reflected upon what I heard from my friend about me not having a good singing voice, I felt down, disappointed, and sad about myself. I said to myself, but when I hear myself sing, I sounded good. I guess I was wrong. Fast forward to now, I realized and come to my own conclusion that was my friend's opinion. Years passed after that feedback was heard by me. I came to a resolution that not all people will appreciate what I have to share. Not all people will find what I found good to be also good for them. That friend most probably forgot about it, but I did not. It made such an impact on me that it stuck on my mind and remembered it until now. There is a difference between opinion and feedback. For me, an opinion is something that comes from a person's own like and taste, and therefore should not be taken as a judgment, since people have mixed opinions. Some may like it, some may not. A feedback for me is something that comes with objectivity in mind, with metrics that is used for comparison. True objective feedback can be hard to find, since most things in life are subjective in nature. So if most things are subjective, then what do we do if we want to ask for feedback? Or if someone gives us unsolicited feedback? In my opinion, I take all statements from other people as their own opinion. Upon hearing the person's statement, I weigh it and ask my consciousness if I agree with the statements made. I ask myself if the statement had any objective basis, or if it was just purely subjective in nature. If I want to ask for feedback from anything of what I am doing, I choose people who I think possess some degree of knowledge or are better at what I am also doing. Sometimes I may ask people who doesn't have any idea, but most usually I get an unsatisfying answer. so I don't do that often. I don't ask for feedback when I am not ready to put into action whatever feedback comes my way. I don't ask for feedback when I have not yet satisfied my own self-criticisms. When I feel that whatever I am doing needs an upgrade, then that will be the time that I would want feedback from other people. When I feel that I am stagnating or needs innovation to whatever I am doing, then I ask feedback from people. Unless you don't have any idea of what you are doing, then asking for feedback just for the sake of asking feedback may just make you feel negative about yourself. Few years back, I was an active member of the Toastmasters Club. In that club, we give each other feedback. We term it as evaluation. What I learned from giving feedback from that organization is to give it with the intention of making the other person feel positive and better, not to put him or her down. There's this method called the sandwich method, where when you give feedback, you start it first with positive impressions, observations, then you move on to the things that need attention or things to improve. Lastly, you finish your feedback on a positive note, where your objective is to make the person feel good about him or herself and to continue doing what he or she is doing. Cite good traits and qualities that person has. Encourage him or her of his or her own abilities and capability of making it until he or she succeeds. While applying the sandwich method may be a good way of giving feedback, some people can still give it like an opinion, but a polite opinion rather than a true objective feedback. But this is way better than just a simple criticism. It is so easy for people to criticize unless they know how hard it is when they are in your position. We all have things that we need to improve on to become a better person. Giving feedback the wrong way can make a person feel bad about him or herself, just like what I felt before. It took me a while before I got the confidence back to try picking up the microphone and tried singing again. While this could have been all avoided had my friend gave the opinion in a nice structured way, things like this happen to most of us, since not all people know about how to give it in a good way. By knowing how to give good feedback or opinion by applying the sandwich method, we can be positive human beings and at the same time have this intention of uplifting others through good structured feedback. Let's keep in mind about how to give our opinions or feedback in a good way so we can stay positive in a world of negative. This is the end of part 8 of my Staying Positive in a World of Negative series. If you like this episode, consider giving it a like or a thumbs up. If you feel that there is a person that needs to hear this, please feel free to share this with your friends. I would really appreciate it. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on this podcast. I thank everyone who commented on the previous episodes. Your positive comments fuels me to continue giving these podcasts. Please feel free to comment down below or message me through my Instagram at escape_TV or through my email tv.escape@gmail.com. If you wish to hear more of my daily living podcasts, consider hitting that subscribe or follow button. You can also hear this podcast through Spotify, Anchor, Buzzsprout, Google Podcast, and other podcast networks. This is Paul of Escape's Daily Living Podcast. Thank you for listening and have a great positive day ahead.